This is The Sports, an open and honest conversation about life and love and everything in between with me, STL Yamumo. Coming up on The Sports.
Women are very good. They are very good. They can refine you. Basically, that's where you are here. To refine men. Refine us, refine our plans.
So the idea of focusing on one gender, it's breaking more than building.
The narrative that is there, it will bring repercussions that are going to be felt up to 50 years from now. Even if we start changing it now. That is why I don't subscribe to what I see on social media during Father's Day, a lady saying that I'm the father. You can never be a father. You cannot be a father to your child. A father is a father and a mother is a mother.
What is the one time Ushai tried to understand a female ukashindo kabisa and you're like, me I can't do this?
All the time.
Thank you for being open.
All the time.
Yeah.
We've never. So I pick day by day. You see, a man sees a forest of trees, but women see a tree in the forest. So she might decide today, I'm focusing on this tree. Jana ulingi umechelewa. So it translates to domezaleo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, men see the bigger picture. And women, sometimes they see details in the picture. Not totally a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the problem is what they focus in.
Yeah. I have a grand plan. Business plan, maybe. I come table it there. Tell my wife, nafikiria kufanya hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Unafikiria aje? Now that is the question that is most important in your grand plan. Your wife will poke holes that grand plan. And in the ultimate end, you'll get to see details of things that you left out. Women are very good in that. They're very good. They can refine you. Basically, that's where you are here. To refine men. Refine us. Refine our plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you want to add something?
Hiyo kitu inakuanga simple kazi. Benjamin sema.
No, because that's the way we are. Because sometimes we know what we want, sometimes we have no idea what we want. Mejihami na what tactics to surviving, being with women.
Being with women.
Yeah.
With women. You guys have kept us going.
Mm-hmm.
You are a constant research. I mean, life would be boring for these people. It's only that nowadays people are turning it into a competition.
In what way?
This is a gender competition over everything. Because nowadays, in a home, a daughter buys a Vitz. It will appear to be bigger than if the son comes there with a Range Rover. It's because we are meant to be providers by default. You guys were meant to be homemakers. But now, due to one situation or the other, things didn't work out. So you guys are working. You have careers. Mm-hmm. You see. So, maybe, I don't want to say bitter women, but maybe people who are misguided, whenever they achieve something, it should be taken positively. Now, they make it as if it's a war zone. What a man can do, a woman can do better. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. It should be teamwork. There's one person who I met, took a taxi from town, and up to now, I've never forgotten that story. The guy told me, ni wapi naweza pata job? Sababu hii job inani stress. Kamuuliza, na kustress aje? Watoi ama? The guy told me, sina mtoto, but niko na wife. But my wife anafanya job poa. Lakini story iko hapa budi. Wife yangu akilipwa ananipatia salo yote. Nigawe. Nashindwa nitafanya nini, namrudishia namwambia pesa si ni yako, fanya vile unataka. This guy is earning a K or two in a day. The wife is earning 100 plus. Na anampatia hivyo. Anamwambia nipatie pesa yangu ya nywele, nipatie pesa yangu ya transport na nini. That guy had such a big burden kwa life yake. You see the outlook of that woman. I mean, it's a rare find.
Yeah.
It's a rare find. Well, I didn't get to meet that guy again. But I'm very sure out of that that love and that motivation, that guy got a very good job.
I'm glad you said that, because you somehow answered my next question, because we're living at a place whereby somehow women are more empowered than men, and women are working in, you know, better positions than men, earning more, and somehow inafanya, you know, men are worried about, do I date someone who's earning more than I do? How do we manage to survive in that relationship?
Actually, they're not earning more than men. It's only that it's been amplified. And do you know where it was amplified?
Okay.
From the time that we started talking about the girl child, which was a positive thing. But we forgot these girls are going to get married at some point. We have to tag along the boys.
Yeah.
So we forgot the boys. Who should drum up the achievement of a man? I mean, that is what he's meant to do. He's supposed to provide, right? But now, because when you build a house, the whole structure, bibi anunue mabati, atakuimbia hiyo mabati tulijenga nyumba, na alinunua mabati 3. Watu watasema huyu jamaa hata nyumba alisaidiwa kujenga ni vipi mabati? Well, it should not be like that. We love our women getting empowered. It's okay. We love our daughters getting careers. It's fine. But these girls, at some point, they are going to get married. To whom? To the boys that we neglected. That will bring a dysfunction in the society. And I promise you, 10 years from now, that's where we will be.
Okay, you had an input?
Yeah, I have a different opinion on what Tiger has said. I think when they discovered that we were not quite paying attention to the girl child, whoever did that, or the group that came up with the idea, was a very noble cause. The problem was the way they did it. Where they went wrong was the minute they started doing the campaign of girl child. That's where they went wrong. It's like telling me ati kama unapika tuseme kama nyama na inahitaji kitunguu na nyanya, and utaeka nyanya zaidi, I mean utaeka, kama unaipanda utaipanda vizuri zaidi, and then kitunguu utaishughulikia, and you expect hiyo mchuzi kuwe poa. So the whole problem came in when they discovered ati kuna the girl child there has an issue, and now we have to channel all the energy on making sure the girl child is succeeding and achieving. That was wrong. Okay, they should have focused on the children, both of them, because if it's a child who's a boy and the girl, they both need to succeed. But focusing on one, definitely you're going to let go of the other one. Look at the society that we are in right now. So many women have really achieved in their careers, in their lives, right? They have the money, they have their life, the good life, right? But what's the biggest challenge they have right now? Getting men who are going to be their husbands.
True.
And who brought up that problem? The people who started doing the girl child thing. That's where they went wrong. It's a very big thing that makes me sad, because the minute you're trying to focus on it, hadi kwa kazi mnaandika wasichana zaidi kuliko wanaume, because that you have to put the gender equal. For what? Look at the paper. Stop looking at the gender.
I'm a firm believer of someone should get a job because of what they can do, not because they're a man or a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the same thing that we did back in high school, when I was in high school and primary, when was the KCPE. I remember me getting, let's say, like 350 marks, could only get me kwa provincial school, and then there's a lady who was behind me, no offense, I liked her, she's a pretty one, she got 330 and nearly Tango National School. What nonsense is this? What are you trying to tell people? You can become second best and still be the first one, which is not fair. At the end of the day, the ladies always feel like they're, what's the word? Wanafaa kuwa nayo.
Entitled.
They're entitled. The ladies are entitled, which is wrong. Which is so wrong. It's heartbreaking with the society that you're building. The same happened in KCSE. Yeah? Those who are called in university, they were men, they were boys who had lesser grades, but they were not called to the university. So the idea of focusing on one gender, it's breaking more than building.
Now that we're here, and of late tumeona a lot of men are disadvantaged, na pia wako, what's the word? What will I use to describe where the boy child is? Ako disadvantaged. Mm-hmm. Na and I feel like he's less of a man already by the fact that he's born male. Amekuwa born to a disadvantaged position. what do we do? How do we move?
Can we really change this thing? The narrative that is there, it will bring repercussions that are going to be felt up to 50 years from now. Even if we start changing it now. Because right now, the girl is getting, let's say, for lack of a better word, the favors. Be it in the job sector, education, all that. Sawa. So let's take a scenario of this girl who, like he said, got lesser marks, went to a better school,
Got a better job.
got a better job,
Yeah.
more money. Vis-a-vis the boy who got disadvantaged all the way. By the time she's 30, 35, she's going to get a kid. Sawa. From this guy, the disadvantaged guy,
Yeah.
the guy who's earning 20k. Yeah? The chick is earning 150, right? Atamwambia wewe hata unisaidii. She kicks out the guy. You should have in mind there is a kid involved. So this kid is going to grow without a father. Why? Because of the systematic error that has been happening. So this kid is going to grow without a father figure all the way. What will happen to that kid without a father figure?
Of course, at miss out, because there's a reason why a child is born into a family.
Yes.
Of consisting of a mother and a father.
That is why I don't subscribe to what I see on social media during Father's Day. A lady saying that I'm the father. You can never be a father. You cannot be a father to your child. A father is a father and a mother is a mother. So, as we continue, we are going to see more children who have been brought up without father. The male figures who are there, they are getting older. They won't have anybody to mentor. Because you won't give me your child for me to mentor. So kidogo, we are going to have dysfunctional men in the society. People who don't know what being a father is, being a man is. And you have a whole new crop of people who will come in. I haven't given a solution, somebody give a solution.
You want to chime in on that?
If you ask me, the system is already broken. How we're doing things, it's already messed up. Now the best way is to start from the family setup. If you're raising a girl and a boy, treat them equally. Don't show any that they're more important. Because the same way kama kuna msichana mwenye utaolesha kama ni wako, hata akiolewa, sio ataleta dowry. Na uko na boy, utapeleka dowry. Show them that they're equally important, that they need each other. Let's start from there. So by the time you get into the political setup, when you get into the workstations where kuna mwenye anafaa kuemployiwa, by the time you get in there, they already know that we are equal. Upper story, everybody have their opportunities, but we're still equal, okay? Na pia umemwonyesha, if it's a girl, you've showed them, if you're a wife, it has nothing to do with your work. Those are two different things. So we need to start from our family setup to try and make corrections to the mistakes that we did. Otherwise, if we continue living the same way we're living, we just continue messing it up, because we are the ones who messed it up, Cindy.
I don't know, you've been married for some time. We're seeing, a lot of divorce happen, a lot more than, 10, 15 years ago. And people are okay by the fact that if things don't work out, it is okay to walk away. I'm sure marriage is not an easy institution to be in, but should men walk away at the slightest thing, the slightest disagreement, just be like, it's not working out?
Who said marriage is difficult?
Wow, okay.
Marriage is not difficult. Was it difficult when you were dating? It was fun and games.
Yeah.
Why should it be difficult? I don't believe so. Marriage is not difficult. The difficulty comes in if you invite relationship. Remember what we said about problem solving in marriage. There's something I see in some of the churches which is very commendable.
Okay.
Before you get married, go for premarital classes. Solves a lot. Because the narrative that has been there, marriage is difficult. Yes, we can see marriage maybe it's difficult when it comes to finances. Finances and the relationship, they are two different things. You can work out finances while still having the relationship. But you can have the finances and still have a breakup. So it is your approach if you approach it, problems will be there, marriage will be hard. You see? If you get married because of money, your marriage will be different. Why are you getting married? There are some people, let me tell you, who are out here having a life that is so beautiful in marriage. They don't even mind telling you about it. They are enjoying. And if you're enjoying, why should you talk about it? Keep on enjoying.
Yeah.
If you're having problems, shout about it. Those are the bigger percentage you are shouting. But marriage works. Nobody should tell you marriage doesn't work. If you have a bad one, jaribu tena. Lakini, your choices may be, that is what brought you there. But marriage is work. And let me tell you, the minute people realize that as a married person, by myself, let me try and do my part. I make a mistake, I own up to it. I mentioned about competition in marriage. That one kills a marriage almost 100%. You're not here to compete. You're here to complement each other. So that is the major thing that is bringing hardships in marriage. But if you keep a mentality of marriage is hard, trust me, it will be hard.
How is it taking you?
Marriage. I think from what you asked, there are those who are breaking up and stuff. Sindio? I would explain it this way.
Are you married, Kwanza?
Yes, I am.
So we have someone who's been married for 16, going 17 years, and you've been married for 2 years, 3 years?
I've been in a relationship for 7 years, but I've been married for 4 years now.
7 years a relationship, and then you've been
Yes.
married for 4.
Yes.
Out of the 7, that is.
Yes.
How is it taking you?
I'll tell you something. It's a fact. Unaona ukinunua gari, ununue bima, ununue Mercedes or anything, it breaks. At some point, it breaks. Do you throw it away? So it has broken, Do you sell it? Sasa imeharibika mara moja, you sell it, you fix it. Sindio? That's why you go to the garage, you fix it. So the same with marriage. You guys mtakosana. You guys are going to have different ideas, opinions. What do? You don't separate, you fix it. And kama vitu ni mbaya sana, that's why unapatanga kuna series ya gari imetengenezwa and they recall it. They don't burn it, they recall it. When they recall it, they fix whatever they thought or felt was bad, and then they sell it again. See, that's what they do.
But unless it gets an accident and it's written off.
Na sasa kwa written off hapa, na sasa unaona in this scenario of marriage, the same thing. If you feel like things are very bad, you recall it. You go back to the drawing board. You try and see a counselor. You try and fix things. But history are breaking up. Divorce. It's unheard of in our society. It's just that we've been brought into tumeletwa na wazungu. And I think the main problem kwa marriage saa hizi, kwa marriage setup, ni uzungu mingi. If you try and maintain your marriage the old school way, the traditional way, where a woman is a woman and a man is the man of the house, you'll have less problems. The minute utaanza kuleta mwanamke ni the modern wife, ule the kind of woman we're being told is supposed to work this way and that way.
And there is a 50-50 sharing. Let me tell you, we don't have 50-50 in marriages.
No.
What we have in marriages that works is 100-100. If I'm meant to repair the fence, I mean, why should my wife go there? I'm the man, let me repair the fence. If her car has broken down, acha nipeleke gari repair, mimi ndio najuana na mechanic. It's my strength. I give it 100 at that point. Yeye akipika chapo, surely naenda kupeleka mikono yangu hapo nitoe chapo nyingine inakaa map.
Utachomeka baba.
Utachomeka. Kila mtu acheze kama yeye. But you see, all these roles, now they come together, you have 100%.
Yeah.
So tuache kusema ati I'm getting into marriage, anaosha vyombo leo, mimi naosha kesho. It won't happen. And once that happens, that marriage is going to break.
I feel like our audience here wako na something to say. But
that aspect of we do 50-50 in marriage, it's a concept that has been misguided, and it was not. I'm a big fan of the traditional African society, the way things used to be. We'll tackle polygamy at another point, but I believe even the child had their own roles
in a family
yes,
setup.
Yes. The kids were not called daddy kuja hapa. Now who's the dad? Ati mom kuja. Who's the mom? I mean, we had boundaries. A kid was not supposed to do this. not supposed to do this. Hii mambo mnaleta ya time out. Hujui ni nini hiyo.
Hapo umesema kitu ya maana sana, because even me, I have a problem with calling my kid daddy, mommy. I think those pet names, daddy is not conquering anything.
And now we push it now to babe.
No, that is what I was coming to.
And the kids are not going to respect the word dad.
Yes.
Because already
Yes.
unamwitanga even akona utoto.
That is a title. It is a title. It's a title
earn
for a
it.
father. It's not a title for kids.
So let's talk about uzungu mingi and babe and everything. Do you call your wife babe?
Yes, and I get a lot of criticism from my friends.
Uh-huh.
And why I do it, by the time we started dating, that time, the timing itself, and the society that we're living in, I think hiyo ndio ilifanya nipate hiyo babe.
So
as a soft way.
Pressure from the society.
No, it's not even pressure.
Uh-huh.
It's the tuseme ni ile age group niko, na vitu zenye tulikuwa nafanya na hiyo time. So ndio ulipata it's easier, ama tuseme it's the way to go. It is the way to go right now. It's not the right way, but it is the way to go.
Okay, so I'm coming to you in a few, but would you be comfortable going to your mother-in-law's place or your parents' place and calling your wife babe? Or among your friends, would you be okay calling your wife babe and her calling you babe as well?
Her calling me babe is okay, but me calling her babe with my friends around, kidogo inaleta challenge. Sasa watanikemea mbaya sana.
Hiyo nao lazima.
Yeah.
So you're okay maybe calling her babe when it's
Me and her.
convenient for you.
When it's me and her, yeah, sawa sawa.
Other times,
Tukitoka nje, mazi wacha tucheze chini.
so he comes from a generation whereby he does not believe that babe is applicable in whatsoever way.
I kind of understand when he says that babe ichezwe chini huko nje. First of all, this thing is not African. It's not African at all. And it doesn't mean that those pet names were not there during our times.
Aha, what pet names did you guys have?
The names like darling,
Honey.
honey, such. But those were bedroom names. And they were so precious, you don't just misuse it. It's when the two of you are together. But nowadays, babe, you use it anywhere. Wanasikia mpaka wasichana wanaitana babe. You wonder. So, I don't know if people are getting more dynamic, but for us, it used to make a lot. In fact, if you just met a stranger, a chick, na umuite honey, nakuuliza unaniita hivyo kwa nini? Because it was a preserve for people who are in a particular part in a relationship. You guys are tight. You know, that's when you call somebody honey. And for us, don't think that the romance is not there. It is there, but in the right. And maybe this generation is going to grow into it. Babe is just another word for honey, only that you are doing it too openly.
It's more pronounced.
It's more pronounced. And the way, if it is more pronounced, that's the way it gets misused.
So we're about to wrap things up, and before we do that, let's talk about what is your love language? What is your love language? The one that you show it to the other person, that you know, ukifanya kitu fulani, it demonstrates that you love this person. But also, what is your love language yenye unataka mtu akikufanya kitu fulani, you feel that you are loved, you are appreciated?
It's tricky because now, you see, we are looking at it from a different. I wish we had like 4 generations of men.
We only have 2 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had 4 generations of men, we could have understood this better. Because, you see, my love language might not be 1, might not be 2, depending on the situation. Because providing might be 1. I believe when I provide, I'm showing that love. And you might think providing is not a love language. Wait till you lack. That's when you'll know it's a love language. When that person lacks and you're there, or maybe comfort, you come and comfort that person during a hard situation, you'll know that is a love. So it's quite tricky, because showing love to your wife of 15 years and showing love to your wife of 2 years, it's totally different.
Yeah, true.
And what is that one thing that you feel that if someone does this to me, if my wife does this, it shows love, it reads love in caps?
ultimately is what she does for me over a long period of time. Because by now I've experienced so many things. There are so many things she can do. It's not that one thing, because if we've dated for 2 years, we can say maybe, huyu jamaa akikuja tu niletee maua, and he gives me that attention. Nini. That is my love language. No, for me maybe it's that care. Nikiwa mgonjwa, then in a few months time, maybe she's there to listen to me when I'm having problems. That one really works for me during that period, that particular period. So basically it's the way she treats me over a long period of time. Kama ni mgomvi, over a long period of time, it rubs off all the sweet things she has done. Yeah, I no longer recognize that love language from her.
For you?
I think what you're asking me is to describe my wife. Because
That is how you have interpreted the question.
what you're asking me is the symbol of love. And that's exactly what I fell in love with in my wife. Sindio? So when I say you're trying to ask me to describe my wife, because everything she does is what I loved. That is why I took her. So everything she does, she is the symbol of love in my life. Whatever she's doing, how she's doing it, all the time. Because let's be honest, kuna wakati unataka tu bibi yako akuwe na ugomvi kidogo tu. Afanye tu vurugu kidogo. You like how she deals with it. You like when she's annoyed, how she behaves. You get? So basically, my wife, to me, is a symbol of love. Uchizi yake, design anafanyanga vitu, mi napenda hivi.
Kwa sababu like in my relationship, mimi ndio mchokozi.
Wow, okay.
I'm the mchokozi one. I'll just find her peaceful. I just find something to annoy her.
Yeah, ukoroge.
Ndio nicheke tu nifukuze huko. You know? And then
I'll go to the kitchen.
You see, especially when a creative person is bored, you'll just become a nuisance in a way. So I'm that kind of person. Okay. I'll just chokoza her, nini. Even my kid, tukae tu hivi, nione ameboeka. Lazima tuchokozane tu.
Wow. Finally, what is that one thing that you would like to say about manhood, and you feel that it is of importance for people listening to the Sport podcast to get to understand about being a man or anything about, manhood?
Let a man be a man, regardless of the age that he is in. And letting a man being a man comprises of, let boys be mentored by men, let men be mentored by older men, and there we'll have it. We'll have a complete man.
Okay.
If a boy wants to become a good man right now, wachana na trend. Wachana trend ya wanaume wako saa hizi. Try and look back what the traditional man was like. I think you'll be a peaceful man compared to mwanaume wa saa hizi. The reason is, mwanaume wa saa hizi kuna vitu zenye nafanya, back in the days you were not supposed to do. It was more of a taboo than a sin, Ilikuwa ni kitu ufai kuguza. There's nothing going to the kitchen, there's nothing wrong going to the kitchen, but amfai kuwa mnapigana mavichwa mkigongana na sufuria na bibi yako. Si ndio? Hiyo boundary hapo kidogo, mkishaingiana nayo, small things, vitu kama hizo ndio zinafanya mwanaume wa saizi anaumia zaidi. Because the minute bibi yako anaweza kupigia simu, wewe ni aje, nachelewa, pika food. Na ukikuja hapa hujapika, itakuwa ni issue. Unaona sasa kuna already ulisha break your barrier. Be that traditional man, okay? Mwenye kuna ile respect, anaweza kurequest, yes. Remember, it's a request,
not an obligation.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. This has been amazing. Asanteni kwa kuja. Thanks for coming. And that's why we wrap things up. And we like to say it's time to kiss and say goodbye.